Alright, welcome back, citizens. We're just going to do a quick video talking about all the different loot bags you can find within the world itself. But before we start, I will tell you guys that this right here, in Stone Creek, where it says Harding Guns, and you see this group of crates here, this is where the special vendor spawns, or the traveling vendor as we dubbed him way early on in the alpha. But the whole goal of this video here is to just purely talk about the different loot bags. So we're going to start with the material bag. It does have the metal, fabric, wood, and rock within it. You can find material bags mainly in farmhouses, on beds, on the floor, on chairs, kind of all over the place within the farmhouses. The spawn is pretty quick right now, so sometimes you'll get lucky and go into a farmhouse and find 2 or 3. We'll go ahead and open this and see what we wind up with. And we did get some wood, so that's good. So next we're going to do the gun paint satchel kit. Now this is mainly a reward from the Relic Bag, or I believe it's also in the balloon bag, but it has a bunch of skins in it which are not attainable any other way, although the chests do have the option to spawn most all the gun skins. The gun skin satchel will be your best bet for the newer guns in the game, and you can also buy this of course in the store if you choose to spend real money. However, if you get lucky enough, you'll probably find a few in game before it's all said and done. So let's open this up and see what we get. And the Remington 1858 skin, and those skins will just go right to a global storage, so if you ever right click on a gun and hit reskin, you can see that way if you have any. Now next is the Gunslinger Bag, and the Gunslinger Bag is actually very similar to the Frontier Bag. However, the main difference is the Frontier Bag can spawn in the world, but the Gunslinger Bag is purely a reward for being the McFarlane faction. So if you examine the contents, so McFarlane's at level 25 will get a skill where every 2 hours they can hit get loot. And this is what they get offered here: the gun repair kit, gun cleaning kit, engraving kit, or mod kit. So every 2 hours make sure and use this skill at level 25 if you are McFarlane. And what did we get from that? Engraving kit. Very nice. So next up is the Frontier Bag. Now these do spawn in the world. However, if you are a steel, you can also loot them. I personally feel this was kind of lame that the McFarlanes had a unique bag created, but the steels did not. They just used an existing bag. So for the Frontier Bag, will also spawn in farmhouses, which is pretty good because it's got some good loot. So treasure map, large campsite, cabin key, which is huge, small campsite, lockpick, or advanced miner's pick. All great items. Let's hope for a cabin key here. And a miner's pick. Okay. Next up is the horse skin bag, which can be found within the faction reward bag for the town capture events. So this is one of the biggest reasons to go to the town captures right now, is the chance to get the horse skin bag. The downside to this is if you open it and you've gotten it previously, you're not able to sell the horse skin off, but this is every horse skin in the game right now. So let's crack this open. See if we get a new one. Nope, we get the freaking Nutella horse again, which we already have, so that's just, you get nothing for it if you already have it, which is unfortunate. Hopefully they will look into fixing that in the future. Let's take that. So next up is the horse saddle bag, which as well, this is also a prize within the faction reward bag if you attend the town capture event. It has all the saddles in it that are currently in the game. I am still trying to get the purple/pink saddle here, so let's give that a try. And we get another one that we already have, of course. Alright, so next up is the balloon bag, and you will get this from the balloon event where you watch the balloon fall to the ground. You carry the balloon box into town, turn it into one of the banks within the 3 major neutral towns, which is Stone Creek, Eastbrook, or Stanfield, and you will get this as a loot reward. And it has guaranteed money, 250 to 500. Then you have a chance for the horse skin bags, as well as the Maverick, Dandy, and Settler Premium. And I did not include the clothing bags in this video because you can't always press Y and find an actual physical clothing store and go there and you click on purchase the bag and you look and see what's in each one. But this is pretty neat that it gives the options for these. These bags also do now spawn in the chests at camps. Very, very rarely. I've gotten 3 or 4 over about 100 chests, but I think that's luckier odds than normal. And then it also has chance for cabin keys, 1 to 3 mod kits, 2 repair kits, 3 to 5 engraving kits, and the guaranteed cash. So let's see what we get here. And we get 4 engraving kits. Now these aren't horrible. I normally sell them off, but I'm going to start saving them for when the traveling vendor comes to town. And you use these engraving kits as a currency to buy the gun skins. Some cost 1, some cost 2, some cost 10, so they're good to keep around. Now this is the Relic Bag, and you get this by finding the relic on the map and managing to make it back to town. Relic is currently one of the more difficult things to do, just purely due to the level of people that go after it. And the downside to it is once you pick it up, it does flash on the map. I wish they would remove the flashing bit, since that's the only quest/event in the game that flashes like that. But oh well. So you get the guaranteed money, the horse skin, horse saddle, and then a chance for any of these actually. So then tribes, rodeo, good hombre, the settler bag, which needs to come out of rotation. I don't know why it's still in here, and nobody wants to get a settler bag from some of the rarest loot in the game. Then the gun paint satchel, then a chance for the more rare blueprints. However, these 3 blueprints also now spawn rarely in farmhouses, so make sure you check the ground and check the corners when you go into farmhouses. Well, let's see what we got here. And a frontier blueprint, very nice. Alright, next up is faction reward bag. Now this initially started out as just cash, but then they did add the chance for cabin key, saddle, or a skin bag for the horse into it. So this is a big reason to go to town capture events right now, because the cabin keys especially are great. But let's open it up and see what we got here. And just the $50, which seems extremely common. Next up is the common hat box. Now these are very rare in the game right now. They're currently not in the store, and I don't know if they're meant to be in the store, or they can only really be found in chests at this point. But the common hat box has a chance for most of the basic hats in the game that also come out of the more basic garment bags. Let's go ahead and open this up and see what we get here. The brown sombrero, which I did not have yet, I don't think, so I'll take that. Now the rare box as well as just the chest. So let's see what we get out of that. And that's the camp chest. Oh man, yeah, this is some rare stuff. I wouldn't mind getting that Maverick hat actually. Let's cross our fingers here. Brown Dakota. Okay, could be worse. We'll take that. So remember, there's 2 hat boxes, only currently spawning camp chest. I'm sure it'll wind up back in the real money store eventually, but let's hope it doesn't, because there's plenty of little things to buy out of the treasure note store as it is. Now, last but not least is the Strongbox, which you will find only at the Stagecoach. The advantage of the Strongbox and the Stagecoach event is it is guaranteed loot if you can manage to loot one. It's a pretty violent event these days. However, once you have one, you always have the option to open it there and risk the gold there to try and get another, or you can carry the Strongbox safe and sound back to town and open it within the safety of the bank. But let's go ahead and examine it. And so you have the chance for 1, 5, 10, 50, or 250 bars. They actually changed that. 1, 5, 10. So it used to be 20. Now it's 10. Interesting. Then the 50 and 250. I don't like that they changed it to 10. Now I'm assuming the reason they reduced it to 10 is because they upped the gold sell price to $95 a bar. But let's go ahead and open this and see what we get, and just the 1 bar as always. But oh well, guys. So that's most of the basic lootable world type containers that you can find. There are of course all the clothing bags which are lootable in the world. However, as I said, you can go over there to the clothing store and always check there. And the other thing that we did not add, it looks like the material bags, but it's red. It's called the Alchemist Bag. It has a chance for tools and chemicals. I just could not find one, so I believe that it's actually not part of the loot table right now. However, guys, we're going to call that there. Make sure to subscribe, share with your buddies. We'll keep up these little tutorial videos in the near future. Please do comment if you have a request for a specific tutorial, and I'll just keep them coming out as quick as I can. Thanks, guys, and have a good time on the range.